Okay, hello. Today we are going to do a pH test for bottled water, acidity and alkaline test. Okay, so first off, it might help you to understand what the difference is, and it's the acidity and alkaline of water. Why does it matter if your water is acidic or if your water is alkaline? Well, the flavor of the water definitely matters to each person, though people's tastes do vary. The other important thing, though, is that alkaline water is better for your body. Acidic water can cause problems in your digestive tract and your stomach, so generally you want to try to find water that is alkaline. So we have many waters here to test, a lot of national brands and some generics, so hopefully we'll cover everything that you want to see. The only two waters that I am missing today that I couldn't find was Real Water and Body Armor, both of which are excellent waters. So I will put in the description, I will put what the pH balance of that is once I find a bottle of those to test. We're going to be using a dropper kit, little pH scale on the box, of course, and the red and yellow is acidic, with green being neutral, and then of course blue and purple being alkaline. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to start with it's one of my favorites to never drink because I do not like this water. So let's see how this measures up. Okay, and I'm going to have my stir that up.
Smells yellow.
Now, that one is looking pretty yellow, pretty acidic. This one's looking yellow, pretty acidic. So that's a big for Dasani. Our next one, we're going to do another one that I don't like, don't personally ever want to drink, Aquafina. So, let's see how this one stacks up. That is looking pretty yellow, so again, that is pretty acidic water. It's too bad that those are two of the most popular waters in this country and they're available just about everywhere. But I would say that is a big no thank you. For our next one, let's try Chippewa spring water. There's something else interesting I was going to bring up there. I was reading somewhere something about water and the way that it tastes being determined not just by the processes that they use to filter it, but also from the source, depending on what part of the earth it comes from and what region of the world. And that article about that was actually in the Psychology Today magazine, and I'm going to put a link to that article in the description so you can read that. All right. Okay, stir. Let's see what we got here.
Ooh, it's green a bit.
Yep, that's looking a bit in between neutral and acidic. That is right on the border. So, in the middle, definitely not a first choice. For our next one, we have 7-Eleven brand purified water. Okay.
Ooh, it's blue. Looks like to me. Looks like right here.
Okay, 7-Eleven brand. Surprisingly, this falls in the neutral toward almost alkaline. So that's a big surprise for me. But if you're buying a 7-Eleven, their brand of water is not bad at all. All right, the next one we'll do is Fiji. One of my favorites. So I'll be quite disappointed if this one is not alkaline, since I drink this quite frequently. And the kids like it too.
Ooh.
Well, that's got a nice hue to it, so that's definitely in the alkaline range. It's looking like it's at least an 8. So that's pretty good, which is excellent. Okay, for our next one, we have Kroger brand purified drinking water. Kroger's in a lot of places nowadays, so this is why I got this one. I thought a lot of people might have access to this store. So let's see what we we got here? All right, stir, please. Ooh, that's not looking so good, huh? That is looking like it's very acidic. So that is a
5.
no thank you. Okay, for our next one we have this I think it's called, antioxidant water, infused with mineral selenium and a pH balance it claims of 7.5 or higher, which means that we should be getting the blue for sure. And electrolytes added for taste. I've never actually tried this one, so after this video I am going to drink it, assuming that it's not acidic. Stir, please. Oh, that's a very pretty blue, isn't it?
Very
What number do you think that is?
8.
It's an 8, huh? Okay, that sounds good. All right, so we get a positive mark for that one. I'm gonna make a pile. Okay, and for the next one, okay, let's go with Crystal Geyser. Another little more of a less known one. We actually got this pile of water a while ago and poured some of it into a glass so we could save this for the water test. It's not a brand actually that you see around too often where we live, but I've seen it before. So let's give her a stir. Whoa, look at that. Big surprise there, that's way on the alkaline side, so that water's a thumbs up.
An 8.
Alright, for my next trick, Evian, good old Evian. Been around for a long time, probably sold everywhere in the country. And personally I think it tastes pretty good, so let's see how this stacks up.
Ooh. Tells me? That what it tells me? It goes to color when you drop it in. That looks like it's going to be at least an alkaline.
Yep, well that is definitely a neutral if not an 8, so that goes on the thumbs up side. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is price points with these waters. And so far, I think you see the premium waters like Evian, Fiji, and that Bai water are more expensive. So great waters to drink, but also difficult on a budget if you have a family and you're buying them for a lot of people. So next up is this newer brand, Simple Truth, which we've been seeing at Roundy's and Kroger's, which is a generic that some company that they own makes. Now let's see how this stacks up, especially compared to the other Kroger water, which was definitely not good.
Big difference.
Yep, big difference. That's definitely neutral, if not alkaline. And that's very encouraging because the Simple Truth generic makes a lot of stuff that they've been selling lately, like their honey and a couple other things that I've been trying that are pretty good. So that one gets a positive thumbs up. Next one here is Propel. I've never actually had Propel water. Always looked like a bit of a gimmick to me. So I guess what
My favorite.
your favorite? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see how it does.
It comes in different flavors, like
Right.
grape
Oh,
or
we don't want any flavors though. We're just testing the alkaline and
Gatorade.
acidity, and the flavor probably changes that.
ooh.
Let's see how this looks.
Huh.
Oh, that's a very nice blue. Definitely on the alkaline scale. That one gets a thumbs up also. So I guess the fact that you like that flavor, that's good. For the next one, we're going with Nice brand. Now Nice is a brand that Walgreens owns, another store that has locations all over, so perhaps you've seen some of this. Now they have several different kinds of water. This particular one is premium electrolyte vapor distilled. So I guess we're going to have higher hopes for this one than some of their other kinds. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to say not looking good, but it looks like it's right in, it's on the border of neutral and acidic. So getting bluer as we go? Yeah, I guess we'd say that that's in the neutral. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it, but so I'm going to put it in the acidic pile, but it's not too bad. Okay, another Kroger brand. Water plus electrolytes. Doesn't really specify anything else except that it's purified. Let's Let's see how this one is. Now, this water is very cheap. 79 cents a bottle at the store for these big bottles.
No wonder why they're so cheap.
Well, it's definitely acidic, so it's definitely in our no-no pile.
I'd say a 5.
Yep, that's definitely in our no-no pile, but, I mean, cheap and expensive does not necessarily mean...
That's also Kruger again?
Yep, does not necessarily mean the water is quality or not quality. Case in point, here is a very expensive water, Life Water. These are $2 to $3 a piece.
I have a feeling that it's going to be bad and good.
Okay, let's see. Oh, now look at that. That's enough. That is, yep, that's not even quite neutral. That's still on the acidic side. So that very expensive water, also not good. So price does not always determine whether or not the water is high quality. And as long as we're going on cheaper water, I had to get a big one of this. This is also Walgreens, nice brand. This one just says purified water though. After what we already saw with the other nice water, not be exceptionally optimistic about this one. Alright, stir. Ooh, yeah, that's looking quite acidic. Quite acidic indeed. Well, yes, I kind of expected that. Next water, and this is going to be the last, let's see, yep, this is the last Kroger one we have. Now this water we have been buying a lot lately because they claim that it's alkaline with a pH of 9.5 or better. So, this right here is the ringer because this is 79 cents a bottle. And the average expensive designer alkaline water is $2+ a bottle. So if this tests alkaline as it advertises, this is definitely the winner. And admittedly, we've been drinking a lot of it, so it better be. Ooh, look at that pretty blue.
That's the bestest one we've got yet.
It might be. That's bordering on purple. That is an 8.5, if not a 9. So that is extremely alkaline, so that gets a big round of applause. Very good.
Why can't they make that up? The other one is like that.
You would have to ask the companies. Okay, now my favorite water is Real Water, which is very hard to find. They were the first water to do this, to boast alkalinity and also advertise that they did not use any PCBs in their plastic. Core Water seems to have taken up the mantle because they do the same thing that Real Water does, and Core Water you can actually find everywhere. So, I'm sure you've seen these around with these very odd blue tops where often the cap pops out of them. Let's see how this stacks up. The bottle claims that this will be at least a 7.4, which means it's going to be a color of, well, it's going to be between green and blue. So let's see.
This better be good, Dad, because you took it a lot.
Yep, that's not too bad. It's definitely alkaline, just past the marker, but it's definitely alkaline. The price point on this water, however, is $2+ a bottle. So it's good, but certainly not cheap. Now, another old standard that's available in a lot of places, Ice Mountain. Ice Mountain actually has dropped in price a lot, and I know a place I can get this for 79 cents a bottle. This size. Pretty good price. So, how does it stack up? Oh, looks good. Oh, looks really good. Very alkaline. Excellent. Oh, you got a thumbs up for Ice Mountain also. Yeah, again, I had to get a big one. This one here is Nestle Pure Life. See this all over the place. Very cheap. Usually cases of this available, 24, 36 bottle cases available for like $3 at places like Sam's Club and Walmart. So let's see how this one stacks up. Oh, look at that.
That's good, because we drink this one a lot.
I don't drink this one ever. That's actually quite, That's neutral, almost bordering on alkaline. Surprisingly good. And very good for the money. Those are usually very cheap. Our next one, another favorite of mine, smart water. Well, it says it's smart, it says it's good for you, and it's got electrolytes, so let's see if they were telling the truth. Not as good as I would have hoped. That goes in the neutral, I think. I think that's on neutral, bordering on alkaline. So it can definitely go on the thumbs up side, but not a huge thumbs up. And considering the price of that water, not the best buy for the money. I'm a little surprised with that. Now here's a brand new water. I think this was actually put out to compete with Body Armor, which I can't tell you enough times how much I like that water also. Acidity. This one boasts a 9-point-something alkaline scale on the bottle. So let's see how this rates. They're about $1.90 a piece. You can find them 3 for $5. Wow, very nice.
Amazing.
Yep, that's a good color. So this one definitely goes in the thumbs up pile, which it tastes good. So
8.
yep, I am very glad to hear that. Oh, last one. Very last one. Okay, here we go. And this actually happens to be a 7-Eleven brand also, called Pure Water. And as their other branded one was a lot better than I would have expected. This one being more expensive, I think would be even better. Ooh, not so good. Nope, that's definitely acidic. So isn't that amazing? The generic branded 7-Eleven water that's only 99 cents does way better than the $2 plus one that's designer. It's supposed to be better. So over here we have our thumbs up alkaline water, and over here we have our boo acidic water, which we will not be buying again. Most notably of the alkaline water, I'd say the top pick, number one pick, is the generic branded Kroger, Ice Mountain, and I mean the Propel, the Bai, Essentia. I guess I'd put them like this. Those would be my top 4. And if I had Body Armor here, I'm sure Body Armor would be right in this scale too. So that is, we will have to just add that into the description. So I hope this video helped you, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, so quick addendum, I found a couple more waters to test. And sorry about the other day, I had a very elderly cameraman helping me, and they weren't able to notify me right away that that light was glaring, but I hope you still got the gist of it. So I found a little bit of real water, and this is it. I don't even have the bottle anymore, but I am going to test this. So this is real water. This was the original high alkaline, and no chemical added to the plastic. Let's take a look at it. Oh, that looks pretty good. That is definitely an 8. So that is alkaline. Though I gotta say, we had a couple others that scored a little higher than that. So we have one more today. We're gonna try this 365 electrolyte water. Never actually heard of this one either. Definitely never tried it. So let's see how this comes out. Uh-oh. It's not quite dark enough. Let's put another drop in there. That is looking like a 4. That is very acidic. So, thumbs down. Wish my daughter was here to do a thumbs down, but she is at school at the moment. Okay. And then for the last one, as I promised, Body Armor. And we'll see where this one scores, because this is, again, is one of my favorites. So one of my current favorites. So this one better do what the bottle claims. It boosts at least a pH of 8. Well, definitely not lying. That looks like at least an 8. Actually, that is even darker. That's probably an 8.5. So you can't really see that, can you?
No.
No, but it's about an 8.5. So there we go. Just another quick wrap up. Our top four. I don't have a bottle of Ice Mountain here, but Ice Mountain is definitely up there, and so is the alkaline water by price point and by alkalinity. Alkaline water is number 1, and Ice Mountain's number 2. By availability, then price point and alkalinity, Ice Mountain is number 1, then the Kroger is number 2. With Body Armor and Essentia also being excellent choices. So that's it. Hope you liked the video. Please like. Alright, and I'm sorry about the camera work in the first part.